Hello and welcome to the 2023-24 Oshkosh Ice Hawks preview show. We got a great show ahead of you, a great season ahead of us, and we'll get started very soon. In the chair today in the studio, we're going to talk to Coach Stephanie Brunkhorst, who's heading into her second season at the helm of the Oshkosh Ice Hawks. We'll talk about last season and what her expectations are for the 2023-24 season. We'll also talk to a member of the Booster Club, Scot Neitzel. The Vice President is here. He'll talk about some of the fundraising efforts that have concluded between the end of last year and the start of this year and what they have in store for us for the coming year. And most importantly, we'll get a chance to talk to many of the seniors who will be playing their final season in an Ice Hawks uniform. We'll kind of get their take on how the season went last year, what their goals are for this year, and then maybe talk about what their plans are for school after the season is over. So just to recap the season last year, the Ice Hawks finished with a 5-18 record, and 4-16 in the Badgerland Conference, which was good for fifth place. This season they start on November 21st in Ashwaubenon, and the following Tuesday on the 20th they'll have their home opener against Waupun. In between, on Thanksgiving weekend, they'll also be participating in a Thanksgiving tournament, to a game on Friday and 2 games on Saturday, so that'll give them a nice couple games to get their feet wet before they get into the full slate of conference play. So we'll talk about the season has not begun yet, so practice will begin in a few weeks. So we'll talk to Coach about the players coming back, some of the new players coming in, and what she expects the season to be. So with that said, let's get started. So welcome, Coach. Welcome, Scot. Coach, first question for you. Again, second year in the helm. Mm-hmm. Last year, record-wise, wasn't the greatest, but it isn't just about record and stuff like that. So can you give us a little bit summary of last season, how it went, and kind of what your expectations are for this season?
Yeah, last year, obviously, the record not too hot, not I think what any of us were really expecting. We dealt with a lot of sickness, though, at first. You got to think we're really just coming also back from COVID last year, which took a big hit on our team the previous year. So all of the boys' immune systems were, I think, still getting used to being back full-time near everybody. So we took a hit that way right away, which did not help us. And last year's schedule was based off of the previous year's coach and planning it. So I just kind of had to roll with the punches last year. Mm-hmm. And I just expect for us to be able to truck forward and improve on it. And as long as we can improve on that record this year, that's a win in my book, especially conference-wise. We can definitely do better conference-wise. Yeah,
we had a few good games early. One of the games that you mentioned, I remember Nina, I think we had a lot of kids that were down and out. That was probably one of our better games. It was an exciting game, a tough team. Went down there, took them to overtime. We just kind of ran out of gas, but it was an exciting game for sure. So looking forward to this year, I know, like I said, practice hasn't started yet, but looks like we've got about 29 players. Not too bad considering I think there's other teams that are really struggling for some players, but we do have 8 seniors coming back, and we've got some other players, including some juniors and even some freshmen that saw significant time on the varsity level last year. So do you think that'll translate into some better play this year?
I think so. I hope it does, truthfully. I can't really say until we get going, and I have high expectations for all of them. It's gonna stink losing our 8 seniors after this year. That's a big hit to our numbers, but 29 players it puts us in a pretty good spot for varsity and JV. We can field a full team on both ends, and we don't have to worry about too much double rostering, too many kids getting tired, hopefully, or hurt, or anything along those lines. Last year was last year, and this year is this year. And if a lot of those players still even want to make sure they can make that impact that they did last year, they have to show it to us this year too.
For sure. Another thing too to mention is looking at the stats last year of the top 5 scorers last year, 4 are coming back, only Winston wasn't. So you've got Evan and Leo, Isaiah, and Alex. So that's got to be good. I know we struggle to score goals, especially near the end of the season, but I think that'll help, especially with all that experience. So definitely coming in for sure. Health of the team. I know we have a few minor injuries. That's something, as a coach, that's got to be very stressful. I know as a parent and a fan, that's something you worry about coming in. Looks like we got a pretty healthy team. Football season just ended. No major injuries that I'm aware of, that I've heard of. But we have a couple of players coming back from injury. Any update on that, on those players at all?
From what I know, we are all coming back and we are all ready to roll with the season. And that's fantastic. I don't think we're starting with anybody injured. And I'm hoping to keep it that way throughout the whole year. I mean, you can't help what happens. Sometimes it does. But we did lose a handful of players last year, too. That does not help with that record and the pressure that it puts on everybody else. But right now, knock on everything, sure. we're sitting in a good spot.
For sure, yeah. It's always good to start the season fairly healthy. Mm-hmm. That's a good thing for sure. Let's talk about the 2023-24 opponents. Obviously, we have the Badgerland schedule that happens every year. We play each team. Looks like we've got a few new opponents on there: Wapaka, Barron, and Homestead. I know we played Homestead a couple years ago, but they're back on the schedule this year. Any information on them and why they were added to the schedule?
So I got a chance to do the schedule this year and actually get that full input on, hey, who should we play, who shouldn't we play, who do we kind of have no choice to play also, and that's okay. But we added a few more teams that are closer to us. I mean, obviously some of them are a little bit further, but some are coming to us, and we're trying to just get us in a good spot and get teams that are competitive, not we're going to go play them and either we're going to blow them out, they're going to blow us out. That doesn't teach either team anything. That doesn't help either way. So I did a little bit of digging last year, and we just started kind of piecing together our season that way and trying to keep it a little closer. And of course, some people's schedules fill up really quickly and they have that all set. And so sometimes you got no choice but to just take what you can get to. And I don't know. I'm looking forward to a little bit of change. I think it'll be good.
I agree. I think so. I think Wapaka, a lot of the kids that played in the youth program would play Wapaka every year. It was just either we didn't play them. So, and competitive-wise, I think we got a pretty competitive team with them. So I think those will be some exciting games. So. A coaching staff addition. Obviously, you and Jake did a great job. It's tough with two people to coach by yourselves. But you added one more member to the coaching staff, Connor Klett. Do you want to talk a little bit about him and kind of what his role is going to be this year?
Yeah, so we have Connor Klett, so we have another alumni joining us, which is also really exciting. I coached Connor when he was a part of it. I was the assistant coach. And he is going to be learning the ropes, and he is going to be helping out our goalies more, too, to give them a little bit more focus. It's, I think, a great learning experience for him. It's a great learning experience for our goalies and the team just in general. We have that third person. It was rough last year with only just two of us, and you got to roll with what you're dealt with, and we did. And it'll be nice to have another body and have another mind and have another set of eyes to really look at everything going on. So I'm super excited for him to join, and he's not a stranger, and he aligns with a lot of our values of what we're going to try to do this season.
Former Ice Hawk, graduated a few years ago. That's a great addition. Mm-hmm. So last question for you. One thing I think will be exciting is the new start times. I know ever since I know varsity started first, and then JV. That's going to flip-flop this year. So I think that'll definitely help attendance. So what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it was something that changed a few years ago just due to the numbers that we had. You'll actually see it a couple times this season, but from another team standpoint where they had to do the flip-flop because, like you said earlier, the numbers are very, very different this year throughout, I think, all of hockey. We're at a good point, but some teams that used to be huge are lower, so they needed that flip-flop now. Okay. So we just decided during our Badgerland meeting this spring that it was a good choice to get us kind of back to normal, get the boys that attendance, that crowd, those fans that they really want to, and we have the chance to do something fun now with a normal start time. For sure.
I thought the crowds were pretty good last year, but I think that changed in varsity. I know the kids have a lot of friends, so it'll be really nice. I think it really fires them up. So. Excellent. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it. So we'll turn to Mr. Neitzel, Vice President of the Booster Club. Welcome, Scott. So
thank you.
Want to talk a little bit about the fundraisers. I know the Booster Club does a great job with the fundraisers. The one thing about it is it goes year-round. There isn't really much of a time off. You guys meet once a week or once a month. But a lot of time is you guys spend together after that figuring out what you guys want to do, and there's a lot of work put in, so we all appreciate it. But there's two fundraisers that happened at the end of last year. There was the purse raffle and the golf outing. Do you want to talk a little bit about them? I believe they were successful, but you want to give more details on that?
Sure. Our two biggest fundraisers every year have been our golf outing, which is in August. This coming August, we actually got it moved to a Saturday. It's always been on a Friday, which we're hoping to boost some attendance with that as well. And our purse raffle, which is in March. Again, those are our two big fundraisers. Last year, we actually did a phone-a-thon. The kids we actually raised almost $10,000 just in the phone-a-thon alone, which total last year we made $35,000, which all goes back into our funds. Helps lower our fees greatly. This year we have some of the lowest fees our high school team has seen because of that fundraising. So we have those coming up again this year, and looking forward to that. We also do, various little things, selling candy bars and car wash cards. So if you're looking for car wash cards, any of our kids are selling them. Great Christmas gifts from Quick Trip that are good anywhere in the state.
Excellent. Yeah, the golf outing, I know you had mentioned in one of the board meetings or the Booster Club meetings that just how important that is to get out in front of that, because a lot of people have golf outings in Wisconsin, especially the summer is packed with them. Companies that want to donate stuff, you need to get in front of them ahead of time. So I know you and the board do a great job of getting that, because we do rely on a lot of that stuff to make sure that the golf outings are successful. So talk about some of the events we have planned for the games. I know there's military, there's a few events. You want to talk a little bit about that?
This year we're as of right now, we're only having 3 theme nights. The first one is December 21st, and that's our youth, alumni, and high school mascot night. So any alumni, youth, we're going to have some fun activities for that, and hopefully we can get as many of our high schools that are co-opted with us to their mascots to show up and do some fun activities and stuff like that. The second one is our senior night is January 13th. We recognize all of our seniors and their parents and all of that. And the last one is January 25th. We're going to have the kids recognize an educator that's been influential, important, somebody they really enjoyed as a teacher, anywhere from their kindergarten teacher all the way through high school. So whatever teachers they want to recognize for that. So those are our theme nights this year.
Excellent.
Yep.
Good. Yeah, it's like, again, the board does a great job. A lot of people, may or may not realize we're self-funded. So, like you said, it's not just about knocking down the player fees, but we need to have some money for things like COVID. When COVID happened, some things that are unexpected, we need to be able to cover some costs. So that's an excellent job there. So, thank you both.
Our average fees or expenses for a year is about $50,000. So we raised $35 last year. That brings our fees, and we're fully self-funded, like you said. So the fundraising is the biggest part that we do.
Yep, and it's the lowest fees that I've seen in a couple of years, so
Correct.
That's great.
Yep.
That's excellent. So, all right, Scott, Coach, thank you very much. We'll be back with the seniors. And we are back. We have the pleasure of talking with the first 2 seniors on the Ice Hawks team. We have Evan Neitzel and Braden Voskel. Gentlemen, welcome.
Welcome. Thank you for having us.
So senior year, I know you guys came up in the Oshkosh Youth program, played Oshkosh Youth hockey all through middle school, and then this is obviously your 4th year in the Ice Hawks. So, we'll talk about your journey a little bit. I know you guys big hockey fans, played together for years, so just kind of talk about that a little bit.
It all started our first kind of year of playing squirt hockey. That U10, we were on the B team together, and then we kind of didn't play together for a little bit though.
Mm-hmm. I was on the B team for a while, and he was on A, and I think high school kind of united us back.
Yeah, we reconnected.
Right. 8th grade at Bannermere actually is what got us back, and we started getting closer and grew a close friendship on this team. So
build that team chem.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, you guys have done a great job all through the years and all that. And both of you have varsity experience. I know Evan, I think 3 years varsity experience. I know Braden at least 2. I know you've seen some stats. I've seen some stats for you for a couple of years. So big contributors. So what are your kind of thoughts coming into this year? I know last year was a tough year. we didn't win as many games as we wanted to, I'm sure. But this is a new year. We have a lot of seniors. You guys are one of 8, and some other good varsity experience coming up. So, kind of, what are your thoughts on this year?
I definitely think we could easily build on last year. I mean, our core players, I think, are pretty close to the same level, at least, as what we had last year. It's not going to be too much new experience. And I think it should just be fairly easy to just do a little bit better, at least.
Yeah, for sure. I am looking forward to the season. I'm hoping it's nice and fun. And one of my goals is to go deep in the playoffs, have a nice little run, and just have a great season that we can enjoy.
Yeah, for sure. That'll be nice. Over the last couple of years, we've had kind of tough break in the playoffs, so it'll be nice to make that transition. So, one of the nice things I think about it is we have, and I talked to Coach about it, is we have 4 of the top 5 of the top 5 scores from last year. 4 the top 4 are coming back. So, Evan, you're one of them. I know you had a really good start to the season. Had a little bit of knee issue, and I think that kind of slowed you down a little bit. But I definitely think that we had trouble scoring goals, but it'll be nice to have those scores in there to definitely make that impact out there. So, speaking of knee injury, I know you had a little bit of bad luck in the spring. Looks like you're ready to go. We want to talk about your injury and kind of how you're feeling.
Feel about as good as I think I can. Definitely just been working all summer to just try and get back. And according to my doctors, I should be there for start of season. So
that's great, excellent. And Braden, I know you're playing in the fall team this year. I wasn't able to see this Sunday's game, but sounds like you got a big win this Sunday, so that should be exciting. So
we're 1-3. Yep.
Yep. That sounds good. I know that was a team, I believe, Shawano. I think they've been pretty good, at least in the fall, so it was good to get that win out there. So, penalty box, is that a little bit of an issue for you, Braden?
I wouldn't say for me. A little for me, I'm not going to lie. But
stop the chirping.
Right. I'm just hoping our team has less penalties, I'll just say, and just an easier ride through the season.
Yep, for sure. I think, from my observation, it just seems like we don't get a lot of the benefit of the doubt. I mean, if there's something going on between us and the team, we're going to get called for the penalty. So those are things obvious to look out for. So definitely. For sure. So we have a couple new opponents this year. Obviously, we have the Badgerland teams that we play every year. We play Wapaka and Homestead and Barron, a couple new teams. I talked to Coach a little bit about theirs. We got those guys on the schedule. Are there any other teams or any other players that you're looking forward to playing against or this year?
I'm personally looking forward to Wapaka. My family's from Wapaka, and I got some family that plays on the team, so it's going to be a nice little reunion because we used to play back in Warbirds and youth hockey, and I'm just excited to play him again.
Yeah, I think so. That'll be cool. Like you guys said, you played him in youth hockey. We always seem to struggle against them, so it's nice to play them, and especially since they're so close. So
yeah,
perfect.
Definitely.
So, how about you, Evan?
I always love playing against Stars. It's a fun game. It's a lot of times close, good competitive hockey, and then also Wapaka. I know quite a few of the guys played spring hockey with them, so It should be a fun game.
Yeah, looking forward to that for sure. So, last question for you both. Obviously, you're senior. You guys are graduating. Any plans? What are your plans after graduation? You guys going to go to school, or what do you guys know you want to do?
I'm hoping to go into PT school.
Okay.
If I go to college, I'd be looking forward to business or engineering.
Okay.
Right now, I'm learning a little bit of my real estate license, so.
Yep, that's good.
Yep.
Definitely. Any plans to continue to play hockey, at least recreational for you?
Oh, for sure.
Definitely.
That's
Catch me in beer league in 10 years.
All right. Well, that sounds good. Well, I appreciate it, gentlemen. Hope you guys have a great season. So looking forward to seeing you guys both on the ice. So. And we are back. Okay, in the chairs in the studio, we've got Reed Pollock and Leo Ulrich, a couple of defensemen here in the Ice Hawks. So, gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you.
Reed, let's start with you. You play soccer. Obviously, your season is still going. Had a great game yesterday. I wasn't there, but it went into overtime. Was kind of a thrill of a game. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, yesterday was a movie, that's for sure. We were up by 2, and then the refs kind of sold us, but we pulled it out in the end. So, and then we got Homestead on Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. And that's the regional final, correct?
Yep.
Okay. How's your team looking? Are you guys pretty confident? I know you guys went pretty far last year.
We're looking all right. Our goalie got suspended for the next game, so we got to figure that out. But it'll be all right. We'll figure it out.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, good luck to you on that one.
Thank you.
So, Leo, you just finished your high school football season, high school career.
Yeah.
New coach there. I know you guys had a pretty decent year.
Yeah.
Won the first couple games, lost the next few, won the next couple. So I think finished 4-5 overall. That's a pretty decent season. How did your football season go, and how'd you guys finish up?
It was really good. It started out really good and then went bad, but we persevered and it ended pretty well. But we would have went to playoffs, but the refs sold us. It was a really close game, but the refs it didn't go our way.
What was the score?
45-0.
And I think the quarterback had hurt too, so that probably didn't
Yeah.
a little bit. So yeah, no, the front part of that schedule was loaded. I think you had Kimberly and Kakana and Nino, so that's kind of tough.
Yeah.
So tops in the conference there. So but overall a good season. So. So talk about hockey a little bit. I know, Leo, you grew up through the Oshkosh Youth, Hockey Association, played all that. This is your fourth year, obviously, 3 years of varsity experience. I know, Reed, you went a different route. You played junior gamblers, and this is your second year of the Ice Hawks. So lots of experience coming back. Leo, you're one of the top scorers coming in, and I know, Reed, you had obviously a defenseman, tough scoring. I know you got to go late.
I just missed the net. I'm not gonna hit the net.
Yeah, he can't really see very well, so he can't hit the net as well, but he tries.
Yeah,
I do my best. Yeah.
but that's all. You guys are defense, so you guys are expected
Yeah.
to score. But
We lock them down. That's all that matters.
But lots of experience coming back. I know you guys are one of 8 seniors coming in. We have some sophomores that played a significant time, especially on defense, and then we have a couple guys that were freshmen last year that played a decent amount. So what are your thoughts on the team coming in with all the experience that you got coming back?
I think we're making a sneaky state run this year, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you'll see us hoisting up that trophy at the end of the year.
Well, I hope you're right. So, but small improvements there. That's a good deal. So, obviously the Radulane Conference, we play the same teams. It's a tough conference. A lot of good teams in there. A couple new teams that we play in terms of non-conference. We're going to be hosting Wapaka and Barron and Homestead. So a couple new teams. So anything on those teams at all, or what are your thoughts on playing some new teams in conference play?
We used to play Wapaka every single year, back in youth, so it'll be nice to play them again. It's been a while, so it'll be nice to beat them.
Yeah, I know as far as the youth hockey, they've always been a pretty good program. It was always tough to play against those guys. They always seem to get the better of us, so it just seems strange not to play them. But
Yeah.
Definitely be nice to get them on the schedule, especially at home. So, new start times this year. I know. I think you guys have a lot of friends. I thought the crowds were pretty good last year.
Oh,
but
the later game's better. The birds can show up, so
Yeah.
it'll work out right.
See the birds in the stands. It'll really get us going,
yeah, that should be a good deal. So I know I think we're excited. But I thought the crowds were good last year. So,
Yeah.
but I think they can be even better. I know
Oh, they
you
will
guys. I know you guys play better with larger crowds like that, so that's something to look forward to for sure.
Yeah.
So, any games that you're looking forward to specifically? Any players that you played against? Any games on the schedule that you kind of have circled that you're looking forward to this year?
I'd say I'm looking forward to playing NHM, Nina.
Nina?
So I know a lot of guys from there, so looking to beat them, and they got a lot of good birds over there, so fun to play them.
That was a tough game last year. I know that was one of the games. I
Yeah.
talked to Coach Stephanie about that. She said that was one where we had a lot of guys that were injured and sick.
We're getting our get back this year.
Yeah, that was a good game.
Overtime.
I know we took them over. It looks like we just kind of ran out of gas there.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
definitely a good game. It'd be nice to beat them. I know last couple of years we haven't had a lot of success against them. So, favorite high school memory? Whether youth or high school. I know you guys play together quite a bit. This is the last year, at least as far as competitive hockey. So, any favorite memories you want to talk about?
I'd say my favorite memory was last year we were in Madison, and Leo just killed the kid at the end of the game. That really made me happy.
Yeah, I used to play with him all the time, but then he became a traitor. He went to Green Bay, but it's nice to be back with him. We made some good memories last year.
And now we're D partners.
Yeah, now we're D partners, And it was fun in Madison last year with him, and looking to make some more memories this year.
Which game was that? I don't remember.
Against Marshfield.
Marshfield, okay.
Yeah, oh yeah. That was bad.
Last question for you both. Obviously, you guys are graduating. Any plans after school? You guys going to school? Going to get a job? Any plans that you have right now?
I think I might just join construction, and then
I'm looking to play hockey at either Harvard or UW-Madison, depending on where I get into.
Well, that'll be a tall task, but at least it's something to shoot for. So.
Yep.
join construction. Get nicotine.
We're all joint construction with him, either one.
Well, I know your plans. You're going to play in Harvard or Madison. So how about you, Reed? You going to keep playing, at least from a record perspective?
We'll see. I'll probably end up going to college and then maybe on a club team or something like that, but it depends.
Okay. Well, thank you both. I want to wish you both good luck. We're looking forward to seeing you on the ice this year, and good luck to you both.
Thank you.
And we are back. In the studio today, or in the studio now, we have Jack Tunin and Isaiah Keppen, a couple of seniors. So welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's talk about what you guys are currently doing. So Isaiah, I know you just finished up the football season, so you guys had a pretty decent season. I know you played football all through the youth and through high school, so a new head coach this year. I think you had 4 head coaches in 4 years, so that's got to be a tough thing for you, though.
Yeah.
Last year had a tough season. This year you guys finished 4-5, just missed the playoffs. So talk about that a little bit, how your football season went.
It was a good way to come back from last year. A lot better coaching and a lot more fun, and a good way to end my senior year for my football career.
And it's a good thing that I know a couple years ago you suffered an injury, so that injury-free, I know that's it's helps ease the stress on your head coach when you come back healthy. So we're looking forward to a good senior season for you there as well. Jack, I know you're in the Fall Hockey League. Been a tough go of that. Looks like you guys had a big win this weekend over Shawano. So you want to talk a little bit about how fall hockey's going for you?
It's been pretty good, I think. We haven't really won a lot, but I think everybody's kind of just getting back into the groove, and we're playing kids that a lot of them have skated through the summer in, like leagues outside of WIAA and even USA Hockey, some of them. So yeah.
It's nice to get your feet wet on that. I know it's once a week, but it definitely gets you ready for the hockey season. So, last year, tough season. Obviously, not record-wise what you wanted to do, but you guys are both seniors. We have 8 seniors coming back, along with a few other players that are now juniors and guys that were freshmen last year that had significant playing time at the varsity level. So, a lot of experience coming back this year. So, what are your expectations? What are your goals for this year?
I want to win. I want to go to the championship. I want to get that trophy. I think we can make a sneaky playoff push. Hopefully win if we get lucky.
Jack, how about yourself?
I'm just trying to stay out of the box a little less, or a little more, and just play more teams that we can keep up with, because we kept up with most of our teams last year, but some of them it was like as long as we skated and actually like came out strong, we could win, but otherwise it was like a disaster. So if we can come out stronger more, I think we'll have way more wins.
And you mentioned the penalty box. I think that's a big thing.
Yeah.
I know you found your way in there quite a few times, so hopefully as a goal is for yourself to stay out of the penalty box. But I know as a team we had quite a few penalties, and I've kind of said this, I think we sometimes don't get the benefit of the doubt. If there's a call going away another, we're a lot of times going to get at fault. So that's definitely one thing I think that'll help us succeed, is stay out of the penalty box for sure. So obviously we play the Badgerland teams. We play those teams every year. There's some non-conference games that we play. A couple of new teams on the schedule this year: Wapaka, Barron, and Homestead. I know we played Homestead a couple years ago. They're on the schedule again this year. So, what are your thoughts on those teams and some other non-conference teams that we play this year?
I'm excited to play Wapaka. We haven't played them in a while. We used to play them all the time, and can't wait to beat them.
For Wapaka, we used to play them back when we played youth hockey, and they're not really in our conference because we didn't play a ton of teams as youth that we do in high school, so it'll be fun because we know that we're competitive with them, like very competitive, and that should be a lot of fun. So.
Yeah, for sure. You know, you guys both grew up in Oshkosh Youth Hockey. We played them every year. I know there was always a tough team to play against. They always had good teams. So it's found it strange that we didn't play them in high school. So I think I'm looking forward to that game. I think a lot of people are as well, for sure. So. Later start time this year, we have always had good crowds. I know you guys both have a lot of friends that come and watch the games. Switch to the schedule this year. The varsity going to play a little bit later. I think that'll help the crowds, although I think we did decent crowds. So what are your thoughts on that? I think it'll definitely help pump you guys up a little bit more.
I'm excited. Hope all Tunin's friends come.
I think it'll help a little bit. I think it'll also help if like it gets out in the school. Kind of a lot of people don't really know that we have a hockey team, but with the later starts, maybe people will be able to get over to the Y, especially not playing at like say the school or even Titan right by school. People know of those spots, and a lot of people don't even know we have a team. So I think it'll help.
Yeah, for sure. I think the toughest thing is a lot of guys, if they're in other sports, they're practicing at that time. So even if they wanted to, they can't really make it out. So, any games, any teams you're looking forward to playing? Any players on the other teams you're looking forward to? Or is there one game that when you saw the schedule come out that you kind of circled it and said that's the one I really am looking forward to?
Not really.
Nope.
I think of all teams the same. I want to beat them all.
That's good.
I want to win.
How about you, Jack?
I'm excited to play Waupun, just teams that we're really competitive with mainly. So, yeah.
How about you? Like you guys have played hockey forever. Grew up in the youth program. Is there a favorite memory that you have that sticks out, whether it be youth or high school?
Not really. I've had a lot of memories. Probably tournaments. Tournaments are probably my favorite. Lots of fun hanging out with the boys. Went to tournaments. They're real fun.
Yeah, those are fun. So, Jack, how about you?
I enjoy going to tournaments. That's probably my favorite memories. None like specifically stick out from tournaments, but like there's quite a few. But tournaments in general.
Probably the winter ones.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of, we have one this year. We're not going to be going to Madison, but we are going to be going to Sheboygan on Thanksgiving weekend. So I don't think a schedule's out for that one, but that'll be kind of neat. So you guys looking forward to that one?
Yeah, I'm really excited for that one.
Yep, I'm excited.
Excellent. So last question for you. Obviously, you guys are graduating. What are your plans after? You guys know what you're going to do? Are you going to school? Going to be in the workforce? What are your plans after school?
Well, I'm either going to be a firefighter.
It's not that funny of a question, Jack. Go ahead, Isaiah.
Yeah, probably just a firefighter.
Okay.
Maybe going to trades. HVAC.
It's a good field. How about you, Jack?
I'm probably going to go into the trades. Probably plumbing or electrician. I've really thought about, so yeah.
And how about how you guys plan on keeping and playing hockey? Obviously, you're not playing in college, but play recreational. Is that in your plans?
Oh yeah, beer league.
Yeah. Yeah, me and Tuna are going to go run a beer league team.
Okay.
Have some good times, or go to Harvard, play with my buddy Leo.
Well, that should be exciting. I'll look forward to that. So.
Oh, I can't wait.
Well, thank you very much, gentlemen, for stopping by. Good luck this year. We're looking forward to watching you play and looking forward to a great season. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And welcome back. We have our final senior with us. Last but certainly not least, we have in the studio Owen Moran. Owen, welcome.
Hey, good to be here.
So, Owen, you grew up playing Oshkosh youth hockey from a little kid all the way through, obviously, this year. So, Oshkosh kid through and through, a couple years of varsity experience. What are you most looking forward to for the upcoming season?
For this upcoming season, it's going to be my first full season playing forward. So I guess I'm pretty excited to play up now. All the other years, including youth hockey, I've been playing defense. So, yeah, it's going to be nice to skate up.
Yeah, I know as youth you played defense. We're very good, excellent defensemen, so that transition's got to be a little tough, but I know you've been playing in the fall hockey on Sundays with a lot of the other guys. Wasn't at the game on Sunday, but sounded like you guys pulled out a win. So how's fall hockey going for you overall?
I'd say fall hockey's going pretty good. I guess I've just kind of been trying to hold my own out there, just do as much as I can to help the team. Other than that, I guess I've kind of been trying not to be super selfish, but. Yeah.
And that's a good transition for if you are moving to forward. It's good practice to play some of those early games and that. Got some new teammates. I know the team is primarily composed of some other guys, but there's some freshmen on there as well. So how are they doing? How are you guys gelling as a team?
I'd say us as as a whole, we're doing pretty good of communicating and being able to talk to each other. I'd say there are a few kids here and there where they like to slag off a little bit on that. Not really helping the team always, but I'm sure they'll look at the hang of it once the season starts.
Sounds good. Couple new teams on the schedule. Obviously, we have the Badgerland tournament teams we play every year. We have some non-conference games, and we do have some non-conference games, some new guys on the schedule. Wapaka, Barron, and Homestead. I don't know if you know anything about those, but what are your thoughts on playing some new teams this year?
I guess it's going to be pretty nice to play some new teams. I guess in the past, a lot of the older teams that we've played, it's been getting pretty rough out there. I know there's a few places near Green Bay that have always been an issue for us, but hopefully it'll change with these newer teams.
Yeah, for sure. I know we play, obviously, the Badgerland Conference. The schedule's tough. We got some tough teams in there. We do play some tough non-conference teams. So I know playing youth hockey, we played Wapaka every year, so I know you played against them quite a bit. They're always a tough draw. We struggled against them, but I think it'll be nice to play them as well. And we play them at home, too, so it'll be nice to get those games going. Any other teams that we play, any other conference teams, any other games that, when the schedule came out, you kind of circled and said, I'm looking forward to playing that against that team or against those players? Any teams like that for you?
Gotta say, in the past, I have not kept too much track of other teams and who are playing as much. I, of course, will try and notice what the other team is doing during the game and stuff like that, but I have no idea how a lot of the teams play off the top of my head.
That's fine. I know a lot, like I said, we play a lot of the same teams, but whatever team we play, it's the team we got to beat. So, again, played hockey a long time. I know your older brother played a few years back. Any favorite memories stick out, whether it be youth hockey, high school hockey, anything that sticks out, or anything that you're going to miss the most once the season's over?
I'd say before I actually started playing hockey, when it was all Gibson's group, my brother. Mm-hmm. They were very, very rough, I guess you could say. A lot of their games were always really fun to watch, and I think that's what kind of inspired me to actually join hockey, was seeing my brother taking kids out on the ice. But gotta say, I don't think I've been living up to that same stature as him.
Yeah. No, that's, and as a forward too, you're there to score some goals, so that should be fine. This year's a little bit of a change. The varsity starts a little bit later. In the past, it was varsity played at 5:30, and then JV played at 7:30. They're going to flip-flop those, so I think the crowd should be bigger. What are your thoughts on that? Are you excited about playing in front of bigger crowds like that?
I guess I don't have a problem with the crowds, really. Especially when you're on the ice, you don't notice them ever. Half the time I'm just kind of ignoring them and just playing the game.
Well, that's good, because I know sometimes there's a lot of shouting out there, so sometimes that's a good thing, not hearing all that stuff. So, last question for you. Obviously, you're graduating. This is your senior year. Last season playing hockey. What are your plans after graduation?
There's a culinary school in New York that I would really like to go to, but not entirely sure if it's going to be the school for me.
Okay.
Other than that, just probably a 4-year degree at some college somewhere.
Okay. Any plans to keep playing hockey, at least recreational?
Yeah, probably for a club or beer league, like a lot of the other kids are saying. But other than that, I can't really see myself going professional.
Okay. That's good. It's good to keep playing. Keeps, good exercise. So, well, thank you very much, Owen. I want to wish you luck this season. We're looking forward to seeing you along with your other teammates. Hopefully it'll be a great year.
Thanks.
So that's our show. Want to thank all the guests today, the seniors, Coach Scot Neitzel, the Booster Club, good information that we have. We play at the 20th Avenue YMCA. It should be a great season. Again, the season kicks off on November 21st with the first game on November 28th. And then we have games all the way through February when playoffs start. So looking forward to a great season. We've got some great events planned. We've got military appreciation, youth night, and a few other things. We hope to have everybody out to the YMCA to cheer these guys on, and hopefully it'll be a great season. Hope to see you out at the arena.